With me on the show today is Cristina Calaguian of Dagaz Consulting, here in the lovely city of Dubai. How are you?
Hi, how are you, Ojay?
Oh.
Thank you for this opportunity. Actually, yeah.
It's pleasure to finally meet you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
How is it like in this city? Let's start with your life in this cosmopolitan city.
Okay. People are asking me about that.
Okay.
Let me start with saying I've been here for 16 years.
16 whole years.
Yeah, 16 years. So it means like I'm enjoying the life here in
Okay.
UAE.
Okay.
It's very convenient. I don't know, they said it's stressful, but yeah, at times, but it's a very good place to be. There's a lot of opportunities around.
Okay.
Yeah, businesses, and well, most of the people that I've interviewed in my time is like they will always say that they will just stay here in UAE for 2 years.
Oh.
And I was just wondering what's with the 2 years, because when I arrived, I also said like I'll just gonna be here for 2 years. Yeah, 2 years plus 14 years now. It's 16 years because it's fun here. I don't know. It's just
So
feels
far
like
for
home.
me, it's fun so far for me. Have you ever been to Africa?
And just in the part of the corner of Africa, Mozambique. I was in Mozambique just recently, August.
Oh, okay, August, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that was your first time and only time.
Yes,
I
yes.
think you should pay visits to Lagos.
Yeah.
Have you seen? Do you know what crazy means?
Crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have an idea what crazy means?
In Spanish, it's like loco. I don't know.
If you're looking for crazy, if you're looking for out of the norm,
Uh-huh.
I think you should visit Lagos.
Really?
For everything crazy could define. I mean, for the good crazy, for the crazy, you should
Uh-huh.
visit Lagos.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
If people are there so happy, then that place is for me.
Okay, so let's come down to business. You're the managing director of Dagaz
Yes.
Consulting,
Yeah.
an HR firm,
Yeah.
and 16 years in this city is not something that, although it looks like it went on at the bridge in a few, like just some years ago, you just see yourself 16 years is all gone.
I was a licensed stockbroker actually in the Philippines.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. I'm not gonna say how many years because you will start calculating my age.
It's okay. For me, every lady is 16 years of age. And I don't pray that you grow more than 16 years. Just remain 16.
Yeah.
Even in the next 40 years, remain 16.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I'm 16 plus.
16 plus.
Plus.
That's fine. So let's talk about your life, comparing it with where you came from, Dubai and the Philippines. How was it like growing up in that part of the world, and what brought you? How did you come to that conclusion that you had to move down here?
I'm from Manila actually. I'm a city girl as
Okay.
well.
Manila,
and-
you said?
Manila.
Okay.
I grew up in Manila.
Okay.
Yeah, I live in Manila. And I'm a single mother of two
Okay.
kids. I have a 23-year-old son, Paolo, and I have a daughter, 17-year-old
Okay.
daughter. So when
And you are 30. Fine, go on.
now, earlier I was 16 plus, now I'm 30 plus. Okay.
That's fine by me.
So now,
Yeah.
when I moved here, my daughter at that time was, she's 5 months old.
Wow.
Yeah, I was not planning to stay long.
Okay.
I was just checking, okay, let me see what's in store for me in
Mm.
UAE. And I always think like if you're good, anywhere you go, you're good.
True.
Okay, so I was thinking like, okay, if I don't find a job there, and then that's why I'll just gonna go back to the Philippines and continue being a stockbroker.
Mm.
So I found a good job at first, and I've been an employee for some time, and after that I realized I just want to have my own business.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it. That's
You started from the ground up in Dubai.
yes, because I was just doing actually I was doing a financial consultancy,
Okay.
and then I become an immigration consultant for Canada
Okay.
in a law firm. And then I become in business development in an advertising company. It's all different field actually.
Wow.
And but bottom line, I'm a salesperson.
Oh,
Yes, I'm a salesperson.
that's good.
Yeah, so when my friend from Philippines, one of the biggest recruitment company, he's the vice president there, keeps on coming here
Okay.
and looking for a partner. He convinced me to set up the business, and he said to me that he will supply the stuff to me.
Oh,
I said, okay, let's try. It's a different industry. It's challenging, but I think it will help people
okay.
find jobs and
Yeah.
everything. So I started with Filipino communities, Philippines, and then now we have partners in different countries.
Wow.
Yeah, like
Wow.
Egypt, India,
Hmm.
Eastern Europe. Yeah, name it. If my client asks me for a what nationality, then
Hmm.
we have partners.
Wow.
Yeah.
In an already clogged up market, in Dubai here, what's Dagaz's unique selling point? What stands you out in this community?
Okay, that's a very good question. When I started the business, I was thinking like I'm just an ordinary recruitment company just like others,
Yeah.
right? So I said I want to give more value to my client and to
Okay.
my candidates as well. So what we did, we accredited the company for Harrison assessment.
Okay.
It's a psychometric assessment for behavioral. So we assess the candidates, we profile, okay, and then we endorse them to our client. So we're the only recruitment company in UAE right now who's using assessments.
Hmm.
Yeah, so we have that behavioral is different from personality assessment
Wow.
because personality is you're born with it.
Yeah.
You cannot change it.
Okay. You can't
Behavior,
change it. Even society cannot change it.
behavior you can.
Okay. Okay.
Behavior is how you react on a particular situation.
Oh.
So if you're aware of your behavior, you can always change and you can always develop yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I said it depends on the situation how a person reacts. Like in a workspace, there's one situation, but people will react differently. The
True.
others will get angry. The others will just relax and just don't think about it. So that's what we call behaviors.
Okay. So what will it mean if someone hyperventilates when they go through challenges? Does it mean that the person is incapable of doing a certain work just because his behavior or her behavior for some time just flips?
Oh, that's a good thing. Good thing that you use the term flips.
Okay.
Because we use that term
Okay.
in
Wow.
the Harrison assessment. The flip side of a person is when they are under stress.
Under stress.
When they are under stress,
Okay.
we have the tendencies to go on the flip side.
Okay.
Yeah. For example, if you're like relax,
Everything is
but yes,
comforting.
but when you're under stress, there's
Okay.
a tendency that you flip on the other side.
Wow.
Okay, that's behavior.
Okay.
But if you're aware of that, then there's a practice coaching that you can control those type of behavior. And one more thing, when you said like if they just stressed out or flip, sometimes it depends on the current situation of that person,
Okay.
because we don't know where she's coming from. Maybe she have some issues at home and she went to
Transfer of aggression?
yes, yeah, went to work and she's not ready for anything, so suddenly she flips.
Oh.
So your tendency is to go deeper on the situation and on the person. We can't judge them that easily.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's other factors, underlying factors that you have to consider.
Does the Harrison tool, does it help make a person or a client better? Does it help, or is just to assess them before they get an employment?
Both. It helps for the client side and for the candidate side.
Okay.
It helps a lot because for the client side, they can hire we can give them the right person for the right job.
Okay.
Okay, the right candidate for the right job, who's fit for that position. For example, let's say HR.
Okay.
We have a certain criterias and behaviors that we're looking for HRs.
Mhm.
So when you profile that candidate, that he or she have those criterias and everything,
Wow.
those strengths for that position, then she's fit for that job,
Okay.
then we endorse it to the client. We have this theory of enjoyment performance with Harrison assessment, that if you're happy with what you're 75% of what you're doing, you're happy with it, you are 3 times more likely to be successful.
3 times.
Yes, because you're happy with what you're doing.
Okay.
You know, I'll give you an example for one candidate. She's an accountant, and she comes to me, and she told me like, I want for a new job. I said, okay, what type of job you're gonna do? And she told me accountant. I said, why are you leaving the company? She said to me like, she needs to have new challenge. Okay. And I was asking like, what kind of challenge you're asking? Because when you move to another company, you're still gonna do the same task, right? So I asked her, do you like what you're doing? Apparently, she did not.
Wow.
So I said to her, like, so even if I put you to my client as an accountant, we're both not. It's not gonna work for any of us, for the client, for you, for me, because she will not stay long. Okay, so that's why you look for someone who really likes what they're doing,
Wow.
who's passionate about what they're doing, and have the behavior for that position. Okay. Harrison assessment is behavioral, job centric.
Job centric, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
like if you have that criteria or that behavior aligned with that position.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's something like that. It's a bit, we use it for personal development, for career management, for talent acquisition, and engagement performance. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, so that's it. So that's my unique selling proposition, USP in my business. Okay,
I get it.
it's a really interesting tool. So yeah.
What is it like? Not so long ago, you were amongst the 100 most impactful and influential women from Filipino or Philippines now in case. How do you, as a lady, manage Dagaz and lead? I say this in respect to the fact that so many people, I don't want to generalize now, but people tend to not like ladies lead them, or they are not comfortable having ladies lead. So what's your perspective on leadership, and how do you maintain this good leadership in the presence of the fact that you are a lady who has to lead men and women?
Okay, that's an interesting question. Aside from I'm being a lady, I'm an Asian.
And you're Asian, so it's like two whammy or something.
I
Double whammy.
know. I'll be honest with you. When I started the business here, I started the business 8 years ago. There was some hesitations on me because I know I'm Asian. I'm Filipina, and the first few Filipinas who come here in this country were working in the house. So there's this stigma that we're Filipina and we're working in the house. The first time I came here, I was standing in a bus station and they asked me like, are you working in the house? It's like, huh? Do I look like I'm working in the house? And so I started laughing. But that's fine. Okay, that was before.
Yeah.
Now we call ourselves as global Filipinas. Okay?
Yeah.
And going back to your question, being the award, I got the award in Canada actually.
Okay.
It's the organizing body is from US.
Okay.
They honor 100 most influential Filipina globally every year in different countries. Okay, last year it was in London, and most of those Filipinos are we are in the top management or giving impact in the community and everything. So my side on leadership is more of a servant leadership. You serve before you live. Okay. So I'm an advocate of helping people with disability to find work.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I'm working in partnership with the government here.
Okay.
That we're helping people of determination to find work. We empower them, we help them find work. So that's the start of my you can have a business at the same time that business is with a heart. You at the same time you're helping the social challenges, unemployment for people of determination. So yeah, I support that one. So for me, it started as an advocacy
Okay.
that I volunteer to help them to give trainings on visually impaired on how to write the resume, how to pass the interviews, and then it becomes a mission, really a mission to me. So
Wow.
for me, leadership is, as I believe, it's more of humility, being a servant to
Wow.
others.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's how I see it. It's not just leading the corporate world. It's totally different.
What makes Dubai um, different from the West, from Africa, from the rest of the world? What makes Dubai good for business? What is it that makes this place unique?
I see this country. Okay, I've traveled like more than 30 countries.
Okay.
Okay, 40 cities, more than 40 cities.
Okay.
And it's still different. First, Dubai is one of the safest that I've been.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Safest city, safest country. And 8 years ago, I can see the opportunity here, the growing business. It's a cosmopolitan, environment.
A potpourri of everybody, all languages,
Yes,
all
and then
colors.
the exposure
Okay.
on different cultures. It's amazing. It's different. The opportunities, the country gives everything to everyone. They take care of the expats. It's easy to set up business here. They support everyone, even small businesses. You know that even the government have to announce, like, if especially if it's SMEs, a small medium enterprise, please pay them within 30 days. Yeah, I mean, it's a mandate now because it's causing cash flow problems with the businesses. So Dubai is totally different for the others. If I set up a business in the Philippines, there will be a tight competition in every industry and everything. But here, there's a competition, but I can still see the opportunity.
Wow.
And it's easy to set up a business here, set up trade license. Well, actually, it's easy to set up a business. It's easy to get a trade license. But the challenge is the sustainability
What
of
makes
that
it? What
business.
makes it so? Why is it? Why is it a challenge?
It's a challenging thing. Like, how are you going to sustain your business? Right. Others will shut down. I know a lot of business, some of my clients already closed down.
Why? What's the reason for that?
There are two ways. Okay, when you set up a business, this is on my point of view,
Yeah.
that not all growth are for everyone.
Okay.
If you're setting up a business and you did not plan for that growth, it can make you or it can break you.
So even growth can be a hindrance to
Yes,
success.
yes. So it depends on your business model. Okay?
Okay.
Not every business model have to grow fast.
Okay.
Okay? You have to do what you call the scaling of it.
Mm.
Okay? Because the important thing is your sustainability. For example, my business, I have stakeholders.
Yeah.
I have all these candidates, 289 people of determination that we have to help them
Wow.
to find work. So if I go bust, I just gave false hopes,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
So it's the sustainability, as I've said, for all the business people, not all growth are good.
Okay.
So there are like industries on the food and beverage, like restaurants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have clients. They got like 8 brands, big brands from the States. It's less than 3 years. It's gone. There wasn't they did not even have the chance to sell the brands.
Wow.
They just have to close it. It was a franchise thing. So that's my point. If you did not plan for that growth, it can make it can break. And that growth is for everyone.
Mm.
Yeah, because the traditional thinking is like, when you start, you look in it's not just the number. The growth is just not the number of people that working for you, or not the number of outlets that you have.
Yeah.
Okay, there's financial growth, there's other growth that you can look into,
Mm.
right? So that's my observation being in the business, because once you started your business, your eyes and ears are open, scanning the everything, and that's what I've observed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Quite interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this question I'm gonna ask you, because I really want to know what you think and what your plans are. Nigeria has a population estimated to be about 200 million people.
Wow.
What is the chance that you want to come to Nigeria to do business?
There might be a chance.
Because
I was
we have
thinking
the
about
numbers.
that.
We have the
I
numbers
know.
here, and we want some global perspective to things. You know.
Yeah, I've interviewed some of the Nigerians
Okay.
candidates here as well. And I've been, as I've told you, I was in Mozambique last August,
Okay.
scanning the environment, what opportunities that I can. I mean, it looks like there's a market,
Okay.
okay? And what I've noticed, what I've noticed is like, I think the training for skills,
Okay.
there's a market for that.
Days.
Yeah, training for the locals, the skill set. Okay, if you've noticed around here, most of the service industry are Filipinos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we're number one with skills training. There's a lot of
Okay.
skill set training in the Philippines. So I think that's one thing that I would like, if I'm given the chance to set up my business.
The
In
chances is on the platter.
Yeah.
Nobody will hold
No,
you.
I was thinking of visiting actually, because I discussed it with my partner, and I said like, let's try to check the other markets that we can training for skills, and it will help them.
Yeah.
Okay, to upgrade yourself. If you
Mhm.
want to go global, you need that skills, right? So whenever it's sad thing, like most of the Nigerians that I've interviewed here, they will only end up doing the kitchen.
Most of the Nigerians you have interviewed.
Yes. Yeah.
That's a blow
I know.
under the belt.
I know.
below
It's
the
like,
belt.
I was asking them like, why you all want to be in the kitchen only? So that's my question. Why kitchen? Why it's only kitchen? Why not front of the house? You're tall. Most of you are also good looking. It's like, why not front of the house?
Mm.
Right? So the confidence maybe. I'm not sure. I mean, those are the ones that I've met here.
Yeah.
And the other, I mean, when I was in Mozambique as well, there's this, I don't know, the confidence, or you're just shy. I'm not really sure actually, but you don't look shy
But
actually.
these are the people that you have met, and I know, not if not up to 100 Nigerians who are in IT firms here in Dubai,
Mhm.
who are doing pretty well,
Mhm.
and I know they're virtually everywhere. Nigerians, maybe you met,
Maybe,
you met
man.
other people that were not Nigerians, but the last thing I think a Nigerian would have as a vice is shyness. Nigerians are not known to be reserved. We
Really?
go all out. We're almost so hard on everybody that we meet.
That's what I thought. So you like dancing, singing. You're very well known about that. But as I've said, maybe because I was just hiring that time for hospitality,
Okay, fine.
and so as I've said, those are the Nigerians that I've met most.
Okay.
But I have also other Nigerians that I met, like business people.
Yeah.
Okay, just the majority that I've met.
Okay.
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 Yeah.
So finally, what's your advice for talent seeking to migrate? What would be your best advice for people who want to migrate, who are looking for opportunities outside of Africa, in this part of the world, in the West? What advice for these talents do you have?
Well, okay. What I can say, not only for Africans, but
Okay.
for all nationalities.
For all nationals, okay?
If you want to go global, you must be ready. You have to upgrade yourself.
Mm.
Okay, as a recruiter, in one position, just one position, I will receive 200 to 300 resumes.
Wow.
Okay. See, it's a tough market. Okay. We always look the best one.
Mm.
Okay, I know everyone have their skills, but we will look for the one fitted for that position. Okay.
Okay.
So if you want to be out there, not only in Middle East, maybe in Western world, or you must have, it's like going to the war with your ammunition and everything. You must be ready. You must equip with skill set that you need, and don't come to me and tell me like any position, any job, because
No,
it's
that's no
really
job.
no. Okay, not any candidates will just say, please, any position. I said, no, I can't do that. I said, because you see, any position is not a happy position.
No.
Okay. They will just end up like realizing, oh, this is not for me. And so you must know what you want. You have to plan your passion. You should know your passion, your values, everything, and your skill set. You must be ready
Yeah.
when you go out in this part, especially in this part of the world. The first time I came here, I said, okay, I'll just apply for a job. And then I prepared for my resume. You know what? I realized, oh my God, I'm not competing with Filipinos. I'm competing globally.
Yeah.
In one position, I know that there's a lot of other nationalities who will be applying on that position. Okay. So all I'm saying is, aside from being equipped and everything, pray.
Oh, so you believe in the supreme being, right?
Yeah, of course. Yes.
Is it an African and a Middle East thing to believe in some super deity
Not
that
the
we could
deities.
pray, that we
We
pray
don't,
to?
they will
Some
not use
God?
the term deity here. Okay, they will
Okay,
not use
okay.
deity here.
Just delete that from my head, okay?
Yeah, because yes, they do.
Oh, wow.
Okay, the Muslims are very accepted. They, what do you call this? They accept the Christians and the Jewish actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the ones worshiping deities, they tolerate, but not really.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't consider it as religion.
As religion.
Yeah, it's like philosophy and way of life for the others. Yeah, the only religion they will recognize is Christianity and
Islam.
Yeah,
Jewish.
Islam. Yeah.
Wow.
So those are I have lots of local friends also working in the government, and I've learned a lot from their culture.
Yeah.
Aside from having different nationalities, because I made it a point when I was here, I'll meet all the nationalities.
Yeah.
In this country, you will meet all nationalities, and you will hear the countries that you haven't heard all your life.
Sure.
Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, all the tons.
All the stans.
No, seriously.
Just take a stance, so it doesn't matter.
No, I was like checking all my resumes, like, oh my God. And then I'm interested talking to them.
Yeah.
Because I want their point of views. It's really interesting country.
What's the biggest fear of any migrant, any immigrant?
Failing.
Failing, right?
Yeah, failing.
So what stops them from going back home if they fail here in Dubai or in any part of the world? What stops people from going back home?
Maybe pride.
Mm.
Yeah, they think like, I fail, I cannot go back home. People will talk about me.
Mm.
It's
So
pride.
they just stay here. They stay here for 5, 6, 7, some maybe 16 years.
No, but you can always go back.
Wow.
Yeah. Why? What will stop you from going back? Right?
But with your success, with your rate of success, when do you plan? Do you ever plan going back to the Philippines to start up something and retire, and perhaps, end your career there or something?
Actually, I'm already considering that.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm still working in like slow transition because my father is already old.
Yeah.
And I just want to spend more time with him and my mom.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm not sure, but I'm still happy here.
Very
Every time
happy.
I go home in the Philippines, oh my God, the traffic.
Oh.
So I miss Dubai. Every time there's so traffic, it's like I just want to go back to Dubai. This becomes home to everyone.
True.
Yeah, this country becomes home to everyone. Try to stay here for 1 year. You'll end up being here for 16 years also.
I'll remember that.
No, it has a lot to offer. This country, and the government is so nice. This year is year of tolerance. They did a lot of things, for the expats. Scrap fines here, they remove this and that. It's just, Yeah, it's amazing to be here. And one more thing that I like here is the campaign for happiness. You
Okay.
know, every government um department you will go,
Okay.
everywhere is happiness, and they will all smile.
And those smiles are genuine smiles.
Yes, yes, they are. The Emiratis are really nice. One of the nicest Arabs that I've met.
Really.
Yeah, the same with Bahrainis. Yeah, they are. Emiratis are really nice people.
How do you balance life, work? How do you make sure that not one is feeling as against the other? Because you're a career person, right? You love to you spent 16 years here.
Yeah,
Plus the fact that you mentioned that you have two children,
yeah.
who are adults now. So how was it before they became adults, and now how do you balance things? You know.
That's a good question because they're not here.
Okay, good. So, but
No, but I still find time.
okay,
See, I still find time to do my advocacy work, like
Okay.
volunteer works. Oh, I love doing volunteer works.
Okay.
But to be honest with you, I was not doing any volunteer works before.
okay,
When I started doing volunteer work, surprisingly, I enjoy doing volunteer works.
wow,
So for me, I balanced everything because I have to make it a point that I need to relax as well. And what's the point of talking? I mean, I when I was in Mozambique, I was a guest speaker. They
Okay.
invited me to talk on happiness at work and financial literacy. So for me, it's like I have to walk the talk, right?
true,
Yeah, so I have to be happy, relax, and balance everything. Yeah, I managed it. It's time management, I guess. Yeah. It's like you prioritize.
yeah,
You know, they have there's this thing. Most of the people's like urgent, urgent, urgent. Okay, but is it urgent and important, or it's just urgent? So it's prioritizing.
wow,
If you want to do everything all together, well, if you can do it, fine. But all I can say, you're gonna burn out. Yeah, you have to prioritize which one is the most important, which is really urgent and important.
yeah,
Yeah, because here in this part of the world, everything they will ask you urgent. This is urgent. Really, you know,
How
just take it.
important
Yes, it's like you. And you know what? You just say yes, even though you're not finishing it. Just say, to avoid arguments. Just relax. Just say yes. You know, that's the secret. Even with your partners, just say yes, even if you're not gonna do anything.
wow.
But deep inside you, I'll have my own instruction and everything.
Okay.
Okay. You know, if they said no, you go, you do this. You do, okay. But deep inside me, okay, just gonna do something else. Anyways, I guess that's how I do it. So I don't like arguments. That's why I'll
Okay.
just say yes. Because if it's not important, why stress yourself doing it, right? So it's the same with problems.
Yeah.
If you don't have the solution, please don't sit down and stress yourself. Don't start. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have the solution. So what are you gonna do? Just sit there and feel miserable? No. You know, just try to go out and do some acts of random kindness. You know, the solution will arrive. It will come. Unless you have a plan, good. But the
Yeah.
other, most of the time, it's like you have a problem, you just sit there,
And worry.
feeling worry and feel that's a waste of time, waste of life. Okay? So just find what makes you happy. Happiness is a choice, actually. It's a way of life. Okay?
Christina, again,
Okay,
thank you.
thank you.